Live at 4, it's offer review. And before we get into offer review, which I actually don't think there's a lot to review today, but we've got a post here on Twitter that finally more or less confirms the four horsemen of apocalypse. It says coming in 2022, a new age awakens. And so we had a lot of, generally we saw this first clip right here. We thought it meant apocalypse, but then seeing the four horsemen. Now, interesting, worth noting, and I don't want to read too much into this, but someone made a comment, says Gambit was a horseman, please Gambit. And then the Marvel Strike Force actual account responded, saying, was he? Didn't know that, with the very kind of like, oh really? We didn't know that. And you can take that however you want. Some people are taking that as Gambit confirmed, but I think that's a little bit too far. Read into it whatever you want to. Also, let's talk about thoughts about Tower. It looks like the community is split between like and dislike. I did my poll here on Twitch. Not a super scientific poll. And the reason why I say that is I believe that Twitch is more... The community on Twitch is very engaged in the game, like hyper engaged super fans. And so when I polled Twitch, about 50-50 like to dislike, where on day one it was very much a like thing. I also polled Twitch chat on what their collection power is. Says, what is your collection power? It looks like most people on Twitch that took this poll are somewhere between 10 and 15 million. Because the reason why I want to bring this up is that I think that the game mode, the Tower game mode, the people that like it probably are in this higher collection power, because it kind of does lend that. And there's reasons why that might be. I think there's a reason why. I think this sentence right here says a lot about why people do like the Tower mode. Loving the new game mode, having content that makes me use all my characters, gives me a reason to theory craft and use my brain. Not tied to alliance or set times in the day, yes. However, a lot of people are not having that experience. You know, people with lower collection powers are basically, not completing milestones and things like that. I just want to be aware that, I'm having a relatively good experience, but I have a large collection. So it is what it is. Now, there's this is an interesting way of looking at it here. Let me zoom in on this. Once you basically are locking in your levels all the way to 51. And when you get to 51, you've completed all the milestones. Then after 51, you can go and get points. But if you lose a match, you can drop back to 51 and re-get these points. And so the question is, when does that make sense? Like right now today, I'm going to be starting at 58, and I'm hoping to get to about 66 today, somewhere in there, somewhere in the mid 60s. It seems to me it's better for me to push as far as I can. And then eventually when I get stuck on a stage I can't beat, then I can go back to 51 and get those points again, because I probably can get about 6 or 7 rooms a day, maybe a little bit more. Maybe there's a way of doing it where you get 10 rooms. But that's the question. So, screenshot this if you want to try to plan it for yourself. And I imagine it's different for every person on how that'll play out. Also, I just wanted to say that I forwarded this post to the developers, and this was made by Yavalanche. He also streams here on Twitch. All of these requests here in this post seem super reasonable and things that could be fixed, and like a win-win for not only Marvel Strike Force, but and the community. And I just want to say there are reasonable posts on Twitch, on Reddit rather. Not all the Reddit posts are bad. Some of them are complaining. But this I feel was like a very constructive post that offered like actual things that could be solved that would benefit the players and the developers. So I forwarded this to the developers, and it is what it is. Then lastly, we've got some excellent meme here coming from Caesarfum. Tinfoil hat for cats. It says, what if humans controlled the magic red dot? I don't know. And that's because I always wear tinfoil hats when I'm doing my offer review. And then lastly, we've got the offer from yesterday. Now this is in Australian dollars. So this was a mega orb for 5 US American dollars. That was on the 9 of 12. And then today was for $2 American. So it says $3, but this is Australian. So $2 American, $1.99. A gold orb with a scarlet spider. I believe there were too many ringers. I'm not ringers. That's not the right word. Duds to even consider running through this. But again, we can wait until the very last day, the 12 of 12, because what happens is, and I'm going to go over to my account, is that you don't have to buy any of them right now. So like I bought the first 2 days and then I stopped. I stopped on day 2 and I didn't like day 3's offer. Well, I can buy day 3's offer right here if I wanted to. Restart the game by day 4, restart the game by day 5. So there's really no rush. You can wait till the last day. We'll be able to see from other people if they're good deals or not. Let's just briefly go through offer review and see if there's anything worth considering. I looked at it just quickly and it didn't look that interesting. Looked like there was a lot of bad offers. There's a follow-up offer. So they offered this twice. I do think this is a good team. His release method is supposed to come out on the 7th, so the end of this week, and it's supposed to involve something to do with training materials and something to do with gold, although it's supposed to be a new event, Fresh Horizons. We'll have to see exactly what that is. There we've got the training material orbs. I value these orbs at $1.50 a piece, so that's about $4.50 right there, plus maybe another $1. $5.50 doesn't quite add up to $10. This right here, for a lot of people, will save some time, maybe about 3 days. I'm currently farming these because Spider-Punk is also Brawler, so I'm like trying to get ahead of it. But I haven't had the need to buy this, although the people that have bought it said they were pretty happy with it because it got them up and running a lot quicker. So this is the equivalent of 27. Where to get to green ISO 5 is a total of 81. So it jumps up quite a bit going to the next level. Gold, this is a C-, D+ offer. This is almost always here when a new character comes out. At best, we value these at $2 a piece. So that's $6 plus another $2, maybe $8 value. Doesn't quite add up to $10. Let's move on. Purple gear is not worth buying. I believe that's trash. The best price on this, I believe, should be $1 for 100 T3s. It's trash. We talked about that. This is horrific. Not a good offer at all. I don't understand the valuation on this at all. 11 premium orbs is maybe worth $11. This doesn't even come close to $25. It's pretty horrible. And these are arena orbs. They don't have a high value. Arena orbs are not that special. Legacy 2 orb bundle. I value these at 33 cents a piece. There's a small amount of gold and purple gear, and then it has year 2 characters. There's no interest in this to a veteran player. I value this offer here about $7. I prefer the campaign energy over the orbs because then you also get gold and other things when it comes along with purchasing not campaign energy, but the ISO energy. Anyways, let's move on. Trash, super trash. All of this stuff is garbage. This is not a good offer review today. There's nothing of interest here. It feels like maybe all the real offers are going to show up in a little bit. It's not great. Let's toggle over to the free-to-play account, and we'll see if there's anything we're talking about over here. No. We're just going to scroll past all of it. Don't see a lot here. I think we're going to say that today was a bad offer day. Kind of feels strange. Feels like there's something missing, like maybe the offers didn't load up or something, because I don't see anything of interest there. Well, that'll do it for today's offer review, and as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming.